stopped cutting your hair then, how long was your hair at that point?
Well, I don't know, somewhere above
Was
the
it
ear.
like bush? Like it was like, oh,
No, somewhere above the ear. I don't know. I was
That's quite a
13,
bunch of
14 years old.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah. I mean, that is the band when I was, when I was a kid. I was already into a bit of Black Sabbath and Kiss or whatnot. It was already there, the heavier stuff. But I stopped listening to my Fresh Prince album I got when I was 11.
And started to grow your hair out.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Now, the face painting, the clown,
Mm-hmm.
okay, because clowns terrify me. So when you came out, I was like, it's going to be okay. Now, has that been something since y'all first started in
No,
2000?
it was since the album Black Walls. What happened was that around the time that we recorded Black Walls, well, basically, just a long story short version, but that's boring. So hold on, grab on something.
Okay.
What we got here is
Brace
like
yourself.
what happened is that after the third album, we were really down and had quite enough of this, especially me and the drummer John especially. We were very frustrated on that the band never really took off. We felt we had just turned 24, both of us. We felt very old. And
So old.
yeah, it was terrible. We had some kind of mid 20s crisis.
I
Yeah.
hate those.
And just like, oh, why, let's. So it didn't work, it didn't work. Okay, so let's quit the band. Let's do something else. What are you gonna do? Okay, so can I buy another beer? Yeah, cheers. Sit there in silence. But then it's that riff, it's that riff that we started on. We should finish that song. Yeah. Should have a reunion? Yeah, let's have a reunion. So we quit the band for 15 minutes over beers.
Okay.
But that made us decide that we wanted to go, this time, let's make sure that we really go all in on this album. Let it be our swan song. If nobody likes it, so be it. But we'll make sure we make something that we like, the way we want it to be. That was Black Walls. And it turns out that is the right ethics and the right mindset to have when you do an album. We proved that that is the album that got labels also on other continents interested.
Yeah.
So it was a good idea. It was a good business idea to stop worrying about what other people thought. And it's my favorite lesson learned in life.
Which is a hard one to learn.
Yeah, but so liberating. And so we did that, and we knew it was the all in album, all or nothing album. Our last little thing we're gonna leave before the band dies. So let's work on everything. Everything is art. Everything around the band should be art. So let's focus on the visuals as well. What do we do with it? Well, one idea we had was, let's put me as a singer in a lake of fire. Now, Photoshop is not as cool as actual lakes with actual fire, so we did it like that. And the guy who helped setting me on fire was a guy named Bryce Graves, who has this sideshow, freak show group called Hellsamaten. He's American, but he was in Sweden for some festivals and stuff. He could do some other stuff than light me on fire, as a sideshow artist. He ate the glass from a glass bulb and so on. Did some cool stuff. I think it was a piece of corn that cut off his nose and got out his tear channel. And so we did that. So we did a photo shoot, and also after that decided like this would be before you go home. Now let's do a music video together because this fits so well to our song. We got this little waltz thing. You're in, yeah, he is, and we got another girl, Camila, to do some ballet and chain stuff, and our stylist Anna became his apprentice basically. So we did a music video with them performing. We needed me to fit into that context. Just to sing the song. So to make it a bit more interesting, we said scary clowns are scary, right?
Yeah, they are.
And and they gather flies.
Welcome to the South.
And
Scary clown.
scary clowns are scary, and
Yes.
so it was just a way of finding context where I fit in. But then what happened is we figure out the looks of it. I look in the mirror, and something clicked. A light went on, and the whole band felt it, and I just felt like, okay, this feels so much more like me than all the leather jacket and the Priest shirt did. I love Judas Priest.
Oh, yeah.
But as stage gear, as this expression for who I am, it just made more sense to be freaky.
Do you have a carnival theme?
Yeah, exactly, and that was just a release. So it was still just meant for that music video, but we just couldn't let that go.
Thank
We really.
Because I love it. I don't think it's done really
No,
well.
Yeah, but it happened so organically. It wasn't. It was never planned. It was just like the album cover for Black Walls. I had been jumping around a bit for the shoot when we were shooting the video, and John, again, the drummer, shouts to Johan, the director, photographer, like, take some pictures now, and it snap, 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 and then we had an album cover. It wasn't planned like that. I was supposed to be in a lake of fire. So it all just, it all.
It was all destiny. It was all just meant to be.
Yeah. It all fell into place, and I still feel that it's still inspiring and feeding us, not just me, but the whole band. That we have this. We are creating with the music and the visuals and our stage show and the lyrics and everything. We're starting to build this, world that we invite people into.
I'd have to agree with that.
And I appreciate that you see that then in our shows and everything.
And it's not just me, actually, because when we were in the crowd and y'all came on, everyone went wild. Horns were up, everyone was screaming. There was a mosh pit next to me, and I was like, I couldn't believe that everyone felt the same way that I did about the Black Waltz and the Hail the Apocalypse. It was really great
at 12:45
exactly
p.m.
It was beautiful. The sun was shining, and people really felt it.
Yeah.
It was really great. It was one of the best performances of the day.
Thank you.
And definitely keep it up. We love it. We play you religiously on our station. And I have Octane in my car, and I'm plugging on their station. But I listened to your interview with them actually, and I was like,
the acoustic.
Yes, and it was very different. And I'm not really big into acoustic, but then when I heard it, I was like, oh wow, that's really. You could feel the lyrics.
Thank you. Well, because that was a challenge for us because, we didn't write it for acoustic to begin with. And then if you just play it as if you would switch off the distortion on an electric guitar, it would become quite mundane and stupid, So we had to take it a few steps further, especially when they asked us, hey, can you do something in the way acoustically? And we're like,
okay.
But that would sound like the original. Because we did this cover of Nirvana, and then can you do a cover of your cover? But that would sound, we would come from, so we really, I was actually going away from the band right before we went on this tour, but we talked about it, and okay, so we need to do that. Okay, you guys figure this out. I had two words, two genres. The theme from Twilight Zone and black metal. You do that, see you in a week. And they did. So,
that's a big order.
Yeah. Not just, because they agreed.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have done it if they didn't think it was a cool idea.
Well, I definitely think y'all keep it interesting. You're very different than, unfortunately, a lot of bands nowadays.
Well, fortunately for us.
You definitely broke the mold, and I think you're inspiring a lot of the younger generations that are just now coming up. Because...
That's cool.
I've done my research on y'all, and I really do enjoy the Hail the Apocalypse, the video where you're winding the Jack in the Box. It just has so much character. And when you came on stage, you brought all of that energy. You had your flags. It just all ties together because nothing is better than seeing a band perform like you expect. Like to exceed that.
Thank you, and that is what we are aiming at. That is also because that is also the kind of bands that we really like. Iron Maiden looks like Iron Maiden as much as they sound like it. Or more extreme examples like Dimmu Borgir or Slipknot for that matter. Bands those are always the greatest ones where everything fits. It doesn't even, you don't have to wear a mask or put on Facebook. It can be Foo Fighters as well. I feel like they sound like they like the look and the way they behave as well, and I love that in a band.
Oh, definitely. I think it's all about the live music experience. You can sound perfect and great on CD, but when you see them in person and it's the same as if you were in your car rocking out, I think that's awesome, and y'all really did do that. So we're excited to see y'all again in a more intimate setting since we were in a huge crowd. So, one last question: how long does it take to do all? Because I know as a woman, takes.
Yeah, well, the thing is, one good thing is that it's okay if it's a bit sloppy. You know, I can, yeah, get, you know, yeah. And what else? I tried. There's always this, you know. I start with a little Walt Disney mustache here, you know, to do the outlines, and then okay, that's a perfect line. Let's get same on this side. No, okay, let's fix on this side. This side. No, okay, now I gotta figure. No.
Is it a little bit OCD?
No, yes. Yeah, okay, so they were straight. Okay, they're bigger than it should be. Start over. I guess 20 minutes nowadays.
Okay, that's not too bad.
No. So it's some, you know, I've done it a couple of times now,
Just a
and it
couple.
can be a bit. It doesn't have to be. It's I'm not Paul Stanley, you know.
Yeah.
The star doesn't have to be symmetric.
It's perfect OCD, like it has to be how it's supposed to be.
No, yeah. But what we're doing is a bit more
Dirty.
from the sewage, so it's so it's okay.
Well, you make it look good. Thank you so much for the interview, by the way. It's really been a pleasure
Thank you.
after listening to all of your music and
I'm
really
glad you like it.
connecting with it. It's really great.
Thank you.
So thank you.
Hey, this is Janis Mavatar, and you're listening to Rock Rage Radio.